Hello everyone from wherever you are tuned in from around the world. You are tuning into the Vuyo show right here on VN, where I get to sit down with some of my favorite people from around the world, including inspiring leaders, celebrated stars, and of course those with exciting and interesting stories to share with you. Like our guest today, she of course is an internationally award-winning broadcaster, seasoned in her own right. She joins us in studio today to chat radio and all things, broadcasting and more of that. Let me take you through on what to expect on this episode. Check this out. So take us through Andy Maqondwana, the child. Were you the child with the roll on the mirror, practicing?
I was that child that was always ready to explore, ask questions. I had a mouth, respectfully, but I'll ask you questions. You understand? I will question your parenting skills respectfully. Being a middle child really has shaped my personality simply because I always want to be seen, I always want to be heard. And I remember late at night, I'd be listening because my sister would fall asleep and then the radio's still on. Yeah. And I would just literally feel at home. And I thought it was because of the music, but it was actually because of the medium that is radio.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you can plan and you can whatever. But once that mic is on, it's you, the radio gods, and the people. That is it.
Yeah. She is a seasoned broadcaster in the national broadcasting platforms from all around the country. You know her. You listen to her on your cars, at home, when you're getting ready for your exams. Listen, you know exactly who this is. The one and only internationally award-winning.
You better run my CV. I'm ready.
Ladies and gents, Andy Maqondwana. You have the best name to say.
I think
is it because I'm Xhosa or what is it?
I think it is, but also I think it's a marvel anytime somebody hears it and they're like, wait,
yes,
what was that?
Yes.
Say that again.
Andy Maqondwana.
You understand? And I'm also ready to say it, so I'm like,
man.
Say my name. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. I want our audiences at home to, after watching this, to go back and listen to you on your radio show.
Please.
And hear you say your name. Because there's a way that you
I mean, there's different variations. There's a lot of variations. But yes, let's punt the show, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank you for coming on the show, Andy. I mean, we've had some sessions where we've had conversations, but never in this capacity, right?
We've actually never met face to face, which is quite funny.
It's so hard to grasp that because we talk so much. You know, we had the award ceremony. We've engaged with each other in so many times, but now it doesn't even feel like we're meeting for the first time. Right? It's like it's a catch up. How you been?
You understand? That's how when I got your email, I was like, yeah, it's for you. Of course.
It's time.
Of course. You've got my diary any day. Yeah.
Oh, Andy. But, you know, from our encounter from the VN Global Awards, which we're going to be touching base on today, because that's an international stamp on your CV as a seasoned broadcaster. And I'm going to keep saying that throughout this interview today, because that is who you are. But I like taking my guests all the way back, because what happens all the way back is it shapes our understanding of the now.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So take us through Andy Maqondwana, the child. Were you the child with the roll on the mirror, practicing, doing?
I don't think my parents were prepared for a child like me. And it's funny because when I was older, my dad told me a story about how my mother literally went into the room and she sat my dad down and she was like, what is it with this child? What is it? Like, I don't understand her. Which I think is my childhood just because I was that child that was always ready to explore, ask questions. I had a mouth, respectfully, but I'll ask you questions. You understand? I will question your parenting skills respectfully. But, you know, I'm that middle child. And I think being a middle child really has shaped my personality simply because I always want to be seen. I always want to be heard. And most of the time, as middle children, we don't feel like we are heard or seen, you know. So I always felt like I needed to fight for my voice, fight for my place. And also trying to navigate so many situations because I'm the balance between the oldest and youngest. I'm trying to keep the family together in my mind. In my mind, you know. So I come all the way from the Eastern Cape. Small village from there, and then moved into East London, which is where I went to school. And I was a really bright child. I was very bright. I was good in academics. I was good in sport. I was good in culture. Anything that I involved myself in, I made sure I was good at it. And if I wasn't good in it, I'm out because I'm not trying to be number 5. I'm trying to be number 1 or 2 at best, you know.
Yes.
And then I went on to study in Stellenbosch, also a small town again. I think I like small towns just because I can control what's happening, you know. And then I went to go study, and then that's where I fell in love with radio.
I mean, you know, that journey, of course, we are now in Johannesburg, but Stellenbosch being in Cape Town, so in and itself, from there to here is another story that we're going to get to unpack. But I want us to go back to being that middle child, right? And having to really fight for your voice, as you had said. When did, in that happening, did you discover your natural voice, your speaking voice, and saying yes to utilizing it?
That's an interesting one, actually. Funny enough, I never took note of my speaking voice, but I was an avid singer, so I used to be in the bathroom, literally took an hour bath because I'm singing.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I will clean myself, but I will be singing, and I'm imagining world stages. And I used to do a lot of public speaking at school, so I didn't take note of the actual instrument, but I knew that I could do something with it. So it was music, and then it was, you know, public speaking, debating, all of that. So I did all of that, but never noticing that, okay, I can use this instrument to tell my story, other people's stories as well. So that actually came very much as somewhat of a mistake. I always say radio found me. Yeah. And then it just took me, and I'm still on the ride. Yeah.
And, you know, as you're speaking, I'm even asking myself now, and wondering, for you having to have been kind of raised in the Eastern Cape, in parts of the country that something about broadcasting. Did you listen to a lot of radio growing up?
I did, actually. It's quite funny because my parents, we were bi-coastal. So my mother lived in another part of town in the rural areas where I'm originally from.
Yes.
And then my dad, once we moved to East London, we were based in East London with just my dad. So we were primarily raised by my father.
Yes.
Right? But because we're bi-coastal, he had to go back and forth because they were running a whole entire business in the rural areas. So when we were alone, my dad bought us a nice little wireless a radio. And of course, being that I'm a middle child, I didn't have control over it. My elder sibling had the control, so she would, you know, have control as to which stations I listened to, all of that. And literally, that was our source of feeling connected to something, because I'm living on a farm, and the only source of entertainment would be a radio and TV sometimes, because that was heavily monitored. So radio became a very big source of just feeling like I'm not alone, feeling like there's different perspectives out there, that I'm not a different child, which I was. I will admit, I'm a different child. I'm praying and hoping Carmen doesn't come for me and have a child just like me. But definitely, I knew that I was different, and I knew that I needed to find a space where I felt like the differentness was okay. And radio helped me find, I think as a listener, I enjoyed that space as a listener. And I remember late at night, I'd be listening because my sister would fall asleep and then the radio's still on. And I would just literally feel at home. And I thought it was because of the music, but it was actually because of the medium that is radio.
And people get to experience that now through what you do.
Right
Now they get to share that story, that when I listen to, I don't feel alone when I listen to Andy.
And I really did feel honestly, truly alone. Middle child, nobody understands you. And it gave me that feeling of, okay, it's okay. We're going to figure it out one day. You know, the years go by and you won't be like this. And I was like, you better be saying the truth, lady, on the radio, because I'm living the ghetto. But yeah, definitely.
And you mentioned earlier on that you were really an overachiever, as one would say. And apart from being a different child because you're the middle child, but also you're a different child if you're an overachiever, if everything you touch becomes gold. Navigating that and how society, you know, your peers get to experience you, you know, how did that navigation come around?
That's quite interesting, because I think for me, in my mind, my strategy to be seen and heard was to be the best. So nobody sees you if you're not number one. I get it. So therefore you must work as hard as possible, you know, because I was trying to find what my thing is. So if it's academics, let me go at it 100%. Let me see how far I can go if I put my everything into it. And when I put my everything into it, it's kind of crazy. The process is not pretty to look at. So for me, that was my way of trying to figure out what's my thing. And my parents were really great in terms of encouraging that and really building that muscle, that girl, this is the thing, like run with it. With even sports and I wouldn't say culture, but like extramural things. I also wanted to figure out, is it my thing? You know? And sometimes when you don't have a voice, you don't know what it is that's your thing. So you just take everything and you see, but you take external validation as the thing, you know? Unfortunately, I had too many external validations. So I was like, I'm going to just do everything then and see what happens. And I think I only really found my voice and my niche when I got a little bit older. And I think even till this day, I'm still trying to find what it is that I'm trying to do. Yeah.
And university, as you said, had played a very big role in shaping the beginning stages of your broadcasting career, right? And laying the foundation. But you didn't go to Stellenbosch to go study broadcasting.
Immediately, no. What? I wanted to study music. That was initially what I wanted to do. I was in it. I mean, I come from a musical home. My dad taught us how to sing. Like, it was a full-on choir situation at home. So for me, the natural thing was I wanted to do music and, you know, see where I could go with it. And my parents were like, no, babes, we've seen your subjects and your marks. We're not doing that. We're not saying we're not telling you what to do, but we're telling you not to do what you're not to do. You know what I mean? So I went in the route of sciences because my sister was doing it originally, and she was there as well. So it was a bit of a safety net, you know, having an older sibling there. So I studied sciences. I did human life sciences with psychology. And I was also interested in psychology, but I didn't want to do it like full time because I was like, this is a bit much for me. I'm 18 years old. I don't know if I'm, you know, I don't have the capacity to hear people's problems just yet, you know. So I did sciences just because I was good, math, sciences, all of that, with psychology. Moved on to do honors, moved on to do masters, didn't complete it. And I think that's when the aha moment happened that psychology is not going to happen for me. Just because, like, I'm so wired to think of what other people are feeling and to tune into other people and not myself. And if I were to carry on with the psychology journey, that was going to be my life and my career. And that was going to be my life, you know, just everywhere. I just needed to tune into myself, you know, and to train myself to actually want what I want and to be selfish and to actually be heard, you know, because it gets to be a very selfless kind of journey. And I don't know at that point if I was ready to really fully commit to that. So I decided to just leave the psychology side of life and, you know, run with what's running, which was radio at that point. And and I think it took off very quickly.
You know, someone once said to me that there's something about when you kind of found your purpose and you that first experience of you doing it, it's like a drug. You just want to feel that exact high that you felt immediately after either when pressing that going on a button or pressing, you know, going off a button, that adrenaline.
That's true.
And you never want to let that feeling go. For you, where was that moment? And do you still remember how it felt even?
I think, you know what, the thing about radio is that it's a process, you know. For me, I'm in love with things that are a process. So it's A to B to C to D, and you still can't guarantee the outcome. That's what I love about radio. It's in the moment. It's you know what I mean? And every single opportunity, every single link is an opportunity for you to try again, right? So as much as, I may have said the wrong name as my name because I was nervous in this first link, I have another link. You know, I've got 10 minutes to get myself up again and do it again. And I think with radio was that, yes, you can plan and you can whatever, but once that mic is on, it's you, the radio gods, and the people. That is it. And there's some level of just submission. It's like flying off a plane and doing bungee jumping, which I don't see myself doing. But I feel like every time I'm on air, it's that. You're prepared, but anything can happen. And for me, that's the drug, anything can happen. Sometimes a thought pops into your mind and you're like, this is hilarious, let me say it. And then it really is hilarious. Sometimes it's not, you're like, well,
what did I
can switch off the mic. You know, there's a song coming. So I think for me, that's the moment that as much as I'm in control, I'm really not. And I think that's the drug with radio for me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and when you think about the person that you're talking to, right? And I've always heard that you're always directing to audiences, but there's this one particular person
Yes.
that you might be speaking to, and it could be different people every single link or every single, take or whatever. But for you, when you're on air, who are you talking to specifically, directly? Or connecting with?
That's a difficult one, but also one we tackle and we grapple every single day in radio.
Yeah.
For me, I think I speak to somebody who wants to be seen, wants to be heard, and who wants a space where they can be imperfect, perfect, but we all share that space.
Yes.
But that space is also intimately mine, which is why the key to radio is always speak to one person. Yeah, there's millions of listeners, but make me feel like I'm the VIP, that I'm in your home and I'm in your car with you.
Yeah.
So it's always that, but either way, whoever you are, you're seen, you're heard, and whether you're perfect or not, you have the space to be in this particular, you know what I mean? And you all come with our stories,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, man. Ladies and gents, you've heard from Andy Maqondwana. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, right? And when we come back, I want us to chat all things VN Global Awards.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
I want us to chat more about radio and, of course, what's next for Andy Maqondwana. We're going to do all of that and so much more after this ad break. Of course, she is on your airwaves and she gets to mesmerize you with her voice. Now you're going to see her. It's so interesting with radio on air, personalities. We connect with them, we feel like we know them.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see them often.
That's true. I mean, a lot of people who meet me in person are like, okay. But I think the beautiful thing is that because I don't put on a voice, they're like, yes the voice matches, which means I can take all of this in. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and I enjoy that.
And for someone who has listened to you and wants to listen to you, someone in studio today was like, I want to listen to this radio show.
Yeah. I like that.
Where do they go? What is the show? Where can we experience all of this? Listen to all of this?
Okay. Well, you can listen to me on Kaya 959. I'm on from 12 to 3, and the show is called Feel Good because really that's our mission, to make you feel good in this ghetto mess that is Earth that we are on. Okay. I'm just here to bring just some lightness and just to make you feel that, hey, yes, it's suffering that we are going through, but you also deserve to feel good. Yeah.
And you're making us feel good today. Listen.
Thank you.
And what else felt good was seeing you win the VN Global Awards for Radio DJ of the Year.
Oh, my goodness.
At the 2021 edition of the awards taking place in Cape Town. Winning an award. And where were you when you found out? Where was
I? I'm trying to think. I actually just finished a radio show.
Yeah.
And then one of the hosts actually sent me a picture because she received the award for me. And she took a picture of the award and sent it to me.
Without telling you won.
She said, I'm like, girl, what does this mean? Like, I need you to follow up.
Yes.
And as I'm seeing typing, I'm like, you better be saying what I think you're saying. And then I went straight home to my sister. I video called my mother. We were screaming because we had threatened people to vote. So for me, it was such a great alignment, simply because that year I'd spoken so many things into existence. One being international gig, and Netflix happened, and then this happened. I'm like, okay, this is happening for me. And also because I think for me, because I'm so drawn to process, right, and doing the work and getting things done, I hardly ever come up and come for air and to see, oh my gosh, you've done really great work, and to get that recognition, especially on an international platform, for me was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And the things that happened afterwards, I was like, whoa, but whoa,
Yes.
So it was a lot of great pat on the shoulder that, okay, the work wasn't for nothing, So,
And what
yeah.
was beautiful about that experience is that the audiences were rallying behind you,
Definitely.
voting for you,
Definitely.
right? And that in itself gets to just be testament of how people love and appreciate what you do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm glad that it had that effect on your career. I remember someone sending me, I don't know if it was an inbox or a message, Vuyo, I just saw the lady who won Radio DJ of the Year on Netflix.
Oh, yes! It was so amazing. Like, for me, I'm like, these things I could not have orchestrated any of this.
Yes.
And how all of it came together, I was like, let me just submit. I think I should learn the submission thing a lot more because, yeah.
And the
perfect.
beauty about that and the alignment is that it is a global award, and now you're getting to be on a global platform.
Absolutely.
And also working with people from different parts of the continent.
My gosh.
Right? It's just a full circle moment.
Absolutely.
And I was so happy and proud watching that and
Really?
seeing you on the show. What was working with Netflix like, being on a platform like that, and being with, other people in the industry who, are at a caliber where they're striking for those international, international caliber.
It was such an affirming process to be with Netflix because in terms of their production, how they treat talent, how everybody across the board is treated, we were treated like we were seen, we were heard, we were very much entrenched in the process, in the work in and of itself, and our voices were so important, and they affirmed us in each and every single step that, listen, this thing, we want your voices, we want your opinions, how can we make this work? And I'm like, why do you want my opinion? I will say what you want me to say, because I was just happy to be on and partnered with a platform such as Netflix, right? And they were like, no, we want you specifically because of the voice and because of who it is that you are and your personality. And to sit in that knowing that I was chosen for this particular moment was incredible. And then sharing stages with people who have careers that are monstrous, but also we have the same need, which is to feel seen, that, we are laborers when it comes to this art form, and it's hard, but there are rewards to it, and there are hard parts of it, but we do it because of the love of the art in and of itself. And it was great to break bread in that sense and to feel inspired that things can be done. Sometimes it's one person saying yes and another person saying yes and another person saying yes, one after the other. It's not 10 people saying yes all at the same time.
Yes.
You go from one yes to another yes to another yes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we've told them at home how to listen to you on radio. Now tell them how to find you on Netflix.
So you need to go to Netflix Africa's YouTube page and search the Never Late African Time. That's us. And you can see the most incredible 5 episodes, really going through the continent's talent, people who've been on the Netflix channel and have really brought us incredible shows, the stories behind them, the stories behind the shows in and of itself. Beautiful, just stunning.
Just stunning. Stunning. Is it too early for me to ask you to choose or to really say what you enjoy best between radio and TV?
I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to be multi-platform, I think it's too early. I still want to do a lot of camera work. I still want to see other types of productions, other types of shows, and just figure out, how I can maximize my talent. I think this is the chapter of just maximizing, seeing what I can do and do it well. I think as the full circle moment is that I've done a lot of things and I've done them well, like I did in school. Now let's apply that to career and apply purpose and meaning to it.
What's that one song, Andy, that you get to play on air that when you are feeling good, when you are whenever emotion that you always run to, like just one particular one where you're like, where even your viewers, they know, they're like, okay, she's playing us that one now, we know what's going on.
That is such a hard question to ask a radio presenter. Oh my gosh. I mean, for me in my personal playlist, when I'm in my feels and I need to remember who I am and I need to remember the journey and I need to remember that, sometimes it's the small wins. We're not, even if, people are treading on you, people are blocking you, but sometimes there are people in your corner. Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life. That's for me in my personal playlist. I'm trying to think one, my goodness. This is terrible. Don't ask me this. I'll say Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life.
Okay.
This is a hard question. Sure.
I mean, I had to put you on the spot for that one.
Sure, that was
because
tough.
you guys get to play us some, you guys take us through so many emotions, right? With the music you get to play. So I just wanted to put you on the spot in that.
But you know what it is? I think with radio, people think a lot about, think that us as radio presenters, we choose the music.
Yeah.
But when we are sitting there choosing music, we're thinking, what does Vuyo want? What kind of mood is it today? What kind of situation do you think they're in? So every single song is 100% curated for you.
Okay.
So when it's me and my personal playlist, I'm Ratchet FM. That's me and my life because I'm trying to, decompress.
Yes.
Versus when it's on radio, it's more intentional to you, right? So that's why it's so hard for me because I'm like, do I play anything for myself? I have some self-indulgent moments, but I know usually it's linked with what Vuyo wants, the listener wants, you know? Yeah.
Those moments where you kind of play the music and you put the headphones off and you start dancing.
Exactly that.
Oh man, that's absolutely amazing. And your story, your journey has been such a beautiful one to get to watch and experience, be part of to some extent, and get to see just your shining star just shine so bright.
Definitely.
What's next for Andy before we say goodbye?
Sure.
What are you still hoping to get through, to experience in the industry in your personal capacity?
Ooh, what's next for me? I mean, I definitely want to do a lot more TV, film, camera work. I definitely want to get into that, and at least more focusedly so. Personally, I just want to be better, man. My goal, as I've always told you, I just want to be a better sister, a better cousin, a better daughter, and just a better person for myself.
Yes.
I want to be kinder to myself because one thing about us, I wouldn't say Leos and middle children, we are very highly critical of ourselves, which is why we're as critical of everybody else. So for me, I need to learn to be a little bit more kinder to myself and also to pat myself on the back because I do a lot of things and on to the next because you can't get too happy about small things, you know? But I'm learning to just pat myself that was great because nobody's going to do it for you. I've learned very, very hard that nobody's going to clap for you if you don't start,
If
you know?
you don't start. No, we're clapping for you for sure. I'm sure. We're clapping for you 100%.
Thank you. I enjoy it and I will accept.
Thank you for saying yes to your gifts. Thank you for saying yes to your purpose because you get to help feed us, help get us in the mood, help our days go by. Because sometimes they can be hard. But having to tune in to Andy Maqondwana on KFM.
That's a whole ad.
Enables us to get our day go by. So thank you for that. And so thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh man. Ladies and gents, you get to hear her on your airwaves and you get to watch her sometimes on your screen. And you get to experience her right here on the show.
Full circle.
Thank you, Andy, for joining us on the show. And thank you at home for tuning in on this episode of the Vuyo Show right here on VN. I am so just intrigued by this conversation and I'm going to go to KFM and go listen to Andy's show after this, which I'm suggesting you as well to do right there at home. But for myself and Andy, it is goodbye and God bless. See you next time.
Thank you. Yay.